The great Philip Johnson is here. For more than half a century, he has been practicing architecture, and he has been at the forefront of architecture and design. He's got lots of projects, including the Glass House, the Cathedral of Hope, and the Lipstick Building here in New York. Paul Goldberg of The New Yorker has called him our most compelling architectural presence for more than a generation, and perhaps even longer than that. On July 8th, he will celebrate his 95th birthday. I am pleased to welcome my friend Philip Johnson back to this table just to check in with what's going on before we do our next interview, which will be when he's about 100. So welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I feel better and better every year.
Do you really?
Sure.
No, that's not true. Come on.
It isn't true at all. No, I don't feel well, but that's not the point.
What's the point?
Well, when you're 95, you feel 95, right?
Exactly. And 95 is not like 55, and
It's not
55 is not like 25,
No,
and 25 is not like 15.
That's right, but I feel fine.
Yeah. You look wonderful.
I feel fine. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the makeup person is very good here. She gets better and better. I think we should just relax now and have our makeup.
That's right. I'll just send it to you every morning when you go out in public, see, and you'll look like, you just came off of the movie.
I said, I think I have to put you on my payroll, I said to her this morning. No, she's good.
She would love that. That's what, you know what we need? We need Philip Johnson the movie. That's what we need. You and I should make the Philip Johnson movie.
I'm sure they would be glad to have one.
I'm sure they would. You continue to work.
Oh, yes.
I want to talk about projects. Which shall we talk about first? We can talk about the Spring Street project, because I've got a model here.
That's the one I want to talk about.
That's the one you want to talk about?
Well, I don't care. I just see it there.
Let's see the slide and have you talk about it. All right?
Sure.
There it is. You can see the slide over there. Now, I love this building. You have said that this would be the crowning achievement in your career.
Well,
You still say that or not?
no, the next one.
The next one. All right. Why? But tell me why this project is important to you.
This part is important to me because it represents a new direction in modern architecture. It is, well, I call it for short, the revolt of the double-hung window.
The revolt of the double-hung window.
Nobody ever used them. You see, nowadays, modern glass and all that.
Yeah.
Since the invention of glass, double-hungs have gone out with dodos.
Yes.
They're coming back through the back door.
Because of you.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my bet for it.
Yeah. No, so what is it about the double-hung window that...
Well, because it's local. It's feely. It's the way New Yorkers feel.
Yeah.
If you look at a block in New York, it's full of double-hung windows.
Yeah.
So if you want to feel at home, get a big building, since that's the way New York is. You can't
Right.
stop it.
Right.
But if you're not going to stop tall buildings, at least you can stop glass buildings and get that same feeling of a double hung. Double hung is just the right width to lean out.
Yeah.
It's just the right width to open and close.
I like this idea.
Sure. And so everything in that building.
Yeah.
Wherever
Right
it
here,
is.
the one right here, and we can see the picture there.
Well, yeah, you can see the picture, but
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, they don't do justice, you think?
No, I think.
The model does
no,
justice?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. That doesn't do justice either, huh?
no, hell with it. Let's build it, shall we?
Yeah, let's build it.
That's what
Now,
I-
this building ran into a little bit of trouble, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, we aren't going to.
You don't think it'll be built?
I do, but it'll be built in some other place.
Not in New York.
Oh, yes. It
But
can
some
be
other
built
location in
some
New
other
York.
location.
Because the problem with the building is it's too high.
It's too high because that's what the locals say, because it says so in the rules. See? Well, but all New York does is to
Break
blast the
rules.
rules, so it doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Rules are made to be
And
broken.
Doesn't bother the owner either. He's a delightful man.
Yeah.
He's the first client I've ever had that said, make me a work of art.
The first client?
First client. See, well, what are there? Most of them are like that.
Yeah.
Certain clients that I nameless. The last time I did, I put in the article, and he
What?
wrote me a steaming note on the cover.
Now, who was that?
Oh, 57th Street,
57th Street. Yeah.
59th Street.
50. But this will be built somewhere else, and
It'll be built 6 of them. He wants to build 6.
right, 6 of these buildings.
Yeah, he says, well, let's build 6 for him.
Right.
I said, fine.
Yeah, you can do it.
And we're going to build one in Rome, he says.
Yeah. In Rome,
Yeah, well,
with the double hung windows.
Well, no, we won't do that every time.
Yeah.
Maybe Rome isn't
Yeah.
as used to double hung as we are in our old age.
But I'll say what else it has. It sort of starts narrow and broadens out. So
it's a sort of a cubist period.
yeah,
It's
what reminded me of a Cubist period.
yeah, well, it's what it is. More like the Dutch cubism
Yeah.
than anything, or expressionism, whatever ism you want to use will fit. But the point is, it's all very loosely done. You see,
What's the fabric? I mean, what's the material?
brick,
Brick.
New York brick.
New York brick.
Sure. See, well, here in the pictures, in that picture,
You can't tell.
a lousy picture.
Yeah.
It's all colored a brick.
Yeah. What's your favorite material to work with?
Whatever's handy.
Yeah. So if it's glass, if it's brick, if
Glass,
it's
brick,
wood, if it's
stone.
yeah.
No, concrete's a favorite.
Really.
Yeah, well, this is, for instance,
Yeah.
this could be beautiful
In concrete.
In concrete, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you, if in anywhere, in terms of how you would define yourself today?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
No, totally lost.
Totally lost.
Haven't.
There's no postmodernism. There's no
No.
word or
Well, my best houses, for instance, are all copies of the Pantheon in Rome.
your best houses are.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 I'm doing now
Yeah.
that are, each room is a little Pantheon of different size
Why the Pantheon?
because it makes a nice little bulb
Yeah.
that sits around and looks awful cute. Here's a Pantheon, there's another Pantheon,
Yeah.
here's another Pantheon, here's another one. One house I'm doing now in New Canaan
Yeah.
has 11 of these.
11 little Pantheons.
Little Pantheons.
Yeah. Chrysler. Looking at this, tell me what this is about. There is the Chrysler Center Trilons.
We got tired of the Chrysler building, got very boring, and it's too high in the air.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Okay.
So we thought we'd bring the Chrysler building down to the pedestrian scale.
Right.
Now, there are only 3 of these here, but they don't show.
Right.
These, photography.
Yes.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Work, isn't it? Yeah. Anyhow, it's fun to walk by, though,
Yeah.
next time you go that way.
All right. And now see the Trilons.
On 42nd Street, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next slide is the Cathedral of Hope in Dallas. We love this too.
Oh, we do. Oh, yeah,
Don't
this
we?
is fine.
Tell me, well, what's the inspiration there?
This is inspiration is pure concrete shape
Yeah.
that makes things go up and down and in and out. And the whole thing is so big. It's an enormous church.
Yeah.
2006.
How long did you work on that?
Oh, we're still working on it. I've been working on it for 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Have they started construction?
No.
Not yet.
No, we're still worrying about the budget.
Still the budget?
Budget, yeah.
You're always worrying about the budget.
Of course. That's what we do.
Worry
That's what
about-
architects, you wonder what they do.
What did they do?
Now you know what architects do. We worry about the budget.
The Children's Museum in Guadalajara, Mexico. There's another interesting project.
That is fascinating. And that is about, that's 4 different houses,
yeah.
buildings, that do different things. And the children have on an island. We make a little island. In Guadalajara, you can do anything.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be in Mexico.
Oh, it's great.
See.
Yeah.
All right, create an island.
Have you spent some time down there to get a sense of?
Yes, indeed I have. I walked the damn beaches. And since it's an island, you see, you can let the children wander around on the island.
Oh, that's great.
See, and there's a place for music, a place for art, a place for painting with your fingers, and a place for looking at pictures. And it's mostly visual arts, naturally, since that happens to be the one that interests me.
Yes.
And of course, architecture. And fortunately, in this, you can't bother to see them because they're too small for the camera.
Right.
But they're great. They each one a different shape. And you get a big kick out of looking at a building that does funny things, then looking at another building that does other funny things.
Yeah, you do.
That's a big kick.
Now, if you were starting over,
Sorry, what?
if you were starting your life over,
Oh, uh-huh.
would you be an architect?
Oh, heavens, yeah.
Of course.
Except I'd be one earlier. I was late.
I know you were. I mean, was it at Harvard? When was it that you got the idea to go to architecture?
Well, I was almost too old to go to architecture.
Was it after Harvard?
Yeah, Harvard. After
Yeah.
I got
It was
to
after Harvard. Yeah. Would you do, knowing what you know, knowing who you know, seeing what you have seen, listening to what you have heard, reading what you have read, would you do it differently? Would you track a different course? if you had it to do over?
Isn't it the luckiest thing in the world that I don't have to do it again? I don't know.
You don't know.
No, what difference?
I mean, there's no
does
great turn that you
There
wish
is
that
no
you had not
great turn.
made.
There's no great words I have for architects either,
Yeah.
except don't be one.
Why?
Go bust.
Go bust?
Hmm.
You know, it's too hard, too few people are doing well in architecture.
Too few people doing well in architecture for obvious reasons. Architecture's too hard.
Too hard?
Yeah.
What's hard about it?
How would you get it the right size to please the client?
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. How about pleasing yourself? How hard is that?
That's the hardest.
That's the hardest, yeah.
It's a trouble with talking to you. You know too much about artists.
That is true about artists,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh,
Pleasing themselves.
terrible.
Yeah. This town is celebrating Mies in two separate
Museum.
museums.
Yeah.
What do you think of all this?
I don't, of course, I'm not so fond of Mies as the historians are, and we didn't get along very well. And why should we? You know, he's an older gentleman, and a great influence on me, obviously, and a great architect. But after that, why should I celebrate him? It's important for me to get going too, you know.
We have been celebrating you every year of your life.
Not every year, dear
Well,
boy.
everybody-
This is 5 years, whatever you say. You know better than I do. These facts escape me.
But more about Mies.
Mies, yeah.
Yeah, Mies, I mean.
Mies. He's a very great man, but
Why didn't you get along?
because he didn't like me. And that, of course, is the greatest sin of all, isn't it? And I don't know what's wrong with me, but I wasn't a good enough pupil. My buildings were not good enough Mies van der Rohe buildings.
Yeah,
They were good my buildings,
yeah.
but they didn't please the great man. So he decided to cross me off his list, which is fine.
Did you feel rejected?
Oh, yes. Oh, all those things. Oh, I think everyone feels all these rejections.
Why is he a great man?
Because he did the greatest buildings of his time. I mean, you go back and you earn awe about the skill and the greatness of the design.
What was it about the designs that you thought made him great?
I can't make it as clear as I can with a copy of a Roman temple.
Yeah.
But because he made the original buildings, you see.
Yeah.
He didn't need any fingers to help him. See, I need crutches. I think we all do.
What kind of crutches do you need?
I need crutches like using, in this case, of those few houses, the Pantheon.
Yeah. You need something that inspires you, that gives you
Get me going.
going.
How would I make a house look like a Roman or an Arab village if I didn't have a copy of a house that everyone recognizes proportions? See, if you recognize the Pantheon proportions, the dome and the drum, if you didn't see that, you wouldn't know how high the building was. See, you see the Pantheon, and you'll know exactly how high the door has to be. Clear, it's right there. It's half the height.
Yeah.
And that is a great crush. And you got to have something. Whatever Mies used for crutches, almost nothing, or whatever his slogan.
How about Frank Lloyd Wright?
Frank Lloyd Wright invented a new slogan every 10 minutes. Sure. Oh no, Frankie was very good at slogans. Oh no, artists need the help of a crutch.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference if they admit it or not, you know. I mean, Frank Lloyd Wright thought he was original genius. Well, he was. As original as you get.
He was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How many geniuses have you known in architecture?
The two, I think.
Frank.
Lloyd Wright and
Mies.
Mies van der Rohe.
Those two.
No, you have to add Corbusier.
Of course you do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to wear those glasses.
This isn't Corbusier
Is
glasses.
that not?
This is
I always,
better.
I always thought they were Corbusier glasses.
No, they're better.
They're better. They're,
Yeah.
they're Johnson glasses.
They're Johnson, but you see, they're pure circles,
They are pure circles.
and not in Corbusier. Corbusier.
Can I put them on 1 second?
Try. Oh, you're made for them.
Here you go.
Say that to all the boys.
If you were today, had somebody come to you and had a G5, the fastest, a great jet, private jet, and said, Philip, let's you and I go see the 5 greatest buildings in the world as you determine, where would you go?
I'd have to talk, I think, for 5 minutes, or 6,
Okay.
or 4.
Okay, name, what would probably be on the list? Pantheon.
Pantheon, yeah, but
Sure.
much down the list
Okay.
of the great ones would
Okay.
be the Pantheon, the Parthenon.
Parthenon,
Parthenon would be number 1.
right?
Then there'd be Michelangelo's. Well, there are 2 or 3 in
Right.
Michelangelo.
Right.
You'd have a hard time.
Right. Did he do St. Peter's Basilica?
St. Peter's? You might down the list somewhere.
Yeah, right. Okay, what else?
Oh, of course,
Chartres.
Gothic Chartres.
Yeah, sure, it would have to be there, wouldn't it?
Oh, would to me.
You've always said to me that's the one thing you should see when you go to Europe.
Of course.
What else? Anything in the United States? Frank Lloyd Wright,
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Falling Water, or not, or what?
No, not Falling Water. No, I like some of his other buildings more.
His
But
bill.
you could figure it out way if you get the G5.
If I get the
That's the
G5,
best.
will you go?
Not only that, but I'll make a list and knock your eyes off.
We should do that.
All
You know
right.
what we could do?
What?
You and I
Who
could do that. We get the G5,
I'll
get
get the
you,
G5, that's
we get on the,
easy.
we get a chef on the plane, a chef.
Oh,
Because we got to have food.
Food. Can't go.
Can't go without food. And we'll invite our 10 favorite friends, and we'll go see the 5 greatest buildings in the world. You want to do this?
Let's do that.
All right. You're up for this? We need to do this before you go to become 100. No, we can't.
we
We only
gotta-
got 5 years now.
We had shilly-shally
We
around.
can't shilly-shally around. We have a time clock for this project. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what is it? What is it you most want to be working on right now? What project?
Well, I'm still on the little Pantheons.
Pantheon. You still on that? Yeah.
I'm doing one in New Canaan. I'm
Yeah.
doing one in Southampton. I'm doing one, around.
Yeah. Are you, in your own mind, more of a follower?
Yeah.
Than an initiator?
I think so.
That's just.
Isn't that awful? I suffer.
You suffer? I mean, do you wish otherwise, that you've been more of a initiator? I mean, you have been a definer, a follower, and a definer,
That's right.
right? But not an initiator so much of great new ideas.
No, that's right. I don't think anybody is, though. You see.
Not many.
No.
You can name them on your right hand,
At that.
or one finger.
Charlie Rose.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that.
Sure.
When you look, what excites you most about the future and where we are?
The hope that someday clients and developers will develop a taste for good architecture and a willingness to spend what it takes to create it. You see, the catch is that most developers are not interested in architecture, they're interested in M-O-N-E-Y.
Commerce.
Commerce, well, why not?
Yeah.
That's their business. And I think they ought to be more interested in beauty. But beauty, you see, is not very rewarding. Trump is a good example. It was Trump that I used in my quote.
Yes, I know. And he got upset and wrote you a nasty letter?
Oh, what a nasty letter. He was right.
Yeah. Probably claim credit for making you, too.
He said, look, you took my money, and now you say these terrible things about me. You see, to have a little more noblesse oblige, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That you owe me just the fact that I gave you a chance, Philip Johnson, to build 3 or 4 buildings on the Hudson River.
Yeah.
That's something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something.
No, he's right.
He's right.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a point.
Oh, sure. So I'm wrong.
check one for the Donald.
Chuck one for
The Donald.
Yeah.
You got to help me understand and think about your life and all the
Right.
things you have done and all the things you wish you could do. You know, tell me what you're proudest of.
Tell me
What you are proudest of.
proudest of.
Yeah.
There's a couple of places where I stand and look at some of my building and brings tears to my eyes.
Where?
That's putting me on the spot.
It is, and I want you to answer it.
Well, just now, because I'm working on it, there are some parts of these villages I'm building.
Right.
Each house is a village. See, that wonderful sense of clumped round towers.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful that you see 1 or 2 places and you see, oh, that's it. See? And you hit it. And you only catch a little bit. You only catch a glimpse. You only catch a half a look. But that's what keeps you alive.
I will never forget the moment, ever, that you and I first walked into Frank Gehry's building.
Which one, in Bilbao?
In Bilbao.
When tears came into my eyes.
Tears came into your eyes. And I said to you, why are you crying? And you said, it's so beautiful. You had been so touched by
Yeah, it's the shapes.
shapes.
Simple as that.
That's what you are in the end. I mean, it is this love
That's right.
of form and beauty.
That's all.
Love of it.
It's love. And love is what makes the world go round, they tell me. I mean, if I read right, and money doesn't. So I'll die poor, which I've always wanted to, and poorer than I thought I was going to, but that's all right. And but that's all right if I make enough of the beauty part. I don't know whether it'll be the thing in Guadalajara, or whether it'll be one of the houses.
Well, pantheons or
Pantheons or one of those things.
or the Cathedral of Hope or
Oh, that would be a dream, really.
You are amazing. You really
not.
you are.
I'm a failure.
You are not a failure.
Well,
you know what?
partly.
Now here's the story. You're talking about dying poor. You've given away your art
Yeah, I gave
to
away
the
now.
to the Museum of Modern Art, I think. I can't remember.
I did that because I wanted the money to be used. See, that money was a little bit when I put it in, and after I gave it, it turned out it was worth $20 million. I was very surprised. But
if you know it's worth $20 million,
220. Well, that's a lot of money.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And I didn't get it. I gave it to the Modern.
Yeah.
But that, of course, helped me get kudos and pleasure and satisfaction.
And it hangs there for lots of people to enjoy.
That's right.
To enjoy.
They'll all enjoy the pictures, and they must be good, or they wouldn't be worth so much. I always say.
It shows you had a great eye.
Yeah. Well, I had some help. Don't forget.
Well, of course, you knew everybody,
Yeah.
and you had a relationship. That's a great relationship you had with the Modern.
With the Modern, yeah. Well, I had a great leader, Alfred Barr.
Yeah, Alfred Barr gave you an opportunity to be the architectural curator.
That's right. So everything was happy, and everything's best in the best possible world.
Mm-hmm. And we'll come back and do this
5 years.
5 years from now.
Okay.
1 year 100.
100.
Philip Johnson at 95. I love you. You're a great man. Thank you.